What's good, y'all, man? I know it's been 3 weeks. Y'all, look, starting out, I should have did this like 2 months ago because I barely uploaded these last 2 3 months. I legit barely uploaded these last 2 3 months. Um, yeah, I kind of didn't upload that much last year. I kind of during the end of the year, like August, September, a little bit of June and July. August, September, October, November. I kind of uploaded just like 1 or 2 videos these last 3, 4, 5 months. So that's a my bad on my part. Yeah. Uh, my birthday in 3 months. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get as many videos as I possibly can out before my birthday. Um, so yeah, if I don't, then it's all good. But I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try and get as many videos as I possibly can out before May 24th. So, yeah. Um, anyway, aside from all that, we got Fantano Spotify's new rappers list is out of touch. Now, just by looking at some of the names on this list, I'm gonna say that this mug is bullcrap. Well, not completely, but most of the names on this list are bullcrap. I'm just being honest. So we're gonna get into it.
All right, let's talk about Spotify's new list here of hip hop's next leaders and try to figure out what the hell they're trying to do. Uh, First off, Lil Tecca, who not only at this point I would argue is pretty much like maxed out in terms of the commercial potential and appeal and longevity he's going to see. I mean, the guy could continue to squeak out projects from here if he wants, but like Lil Tecca's lack of versatility has severely limited, I think, the amount of spread he's going to see into the future. So I don't see how he could possibly be like leading the genre over the next 10 years. Plus, he's not even a new artist. Like, what do you mean next? Like,
I kind of agree with what he's saying because I haven't heard that much of Lil Tecca's music. I probably heard like what one song by him, so I can't completely disagree with what he's saying, but I also can't agree with what he's saying because you know, once again, I've heard one song by Lil Tecca, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like he kind of has potential, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see.
Lil Tecca's been around for a minute at this point. So, what from this point forward could we possibly be expecting from Lil Tecca outside of 5 more albums that sound like his 5 last albums? I would also
Lord.
argue the same thing from Rod Wave. Rod Wave is fine. His music is listenable. Guy has a decent, sort of singing voice and makes okay mellow trap music. But at this point, he's kind of proven himself to be a completely one-dimensional artist, and there's not anything I think we can expect from Rod Wave into the future that we haven't heard already. Central C, I would say, is not going to be taken that seriously from here. Literally almost every other bar out of that man's mouth is an unintentional joke. He is not a good lyricist. Sometimes his songs pop off, but he is not that talented of a rapper, in my opinion. Doing a bit of a skip here because I want to make a broader point toward the end of this rant. We also have Glorilla, who I do think is very good for a feature, very good for a banger every once in
Facts.
a while, and there were a lot of very good, solid tracks on her new record. I foresee more gas in the tank down the road for Glorilla for sure, but does she have the ability to like truly make like an artful classic kind of album? That remains to be seen. Personally, I don't predict that. I don't anticipate that. But I do think she has the potential to keep dropping bops. I think she makes some fun party tracks that appeal to everybody, have commercial viability, and are just generally very fun to listen to. Has a good sense of humor in a lot of her tracks as well. And has a great way with words and can come up with some very snappy lines that have you sort of like repeating tracks and have you sort of replaying certain bars in your head. I do like Glorilla. Sexy Red I also like, but Sexy Red's appeal is like way more niche and way more provocative and controversial than Glorilla, and I don't foresee her ever being in a position where she's like leading the genre. In fact, I don't know if it would be great if Sexy Red led the entire genre. A lot of the appeal of Sexy Red is the fact that what she's doing is kind of niche and is not what everybody expects. That's kind of the magic of it. The fact
Oh, I want to hear what you got to
it's
say.
like kind of there to tick people off a little bit on some level and be a little tongue in cheek and again be a little provocative.
Now, y'all, I'm not gonna cap. How can I say this? Uh, y'all know me. I don't. I'm not gonna say I don't dislike anybody, but or I don't. How am I trying to say this? I'm not gonna say I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I don't dislike anybody, but like it's a whole lot of people that a whole lot of people that have their own opinions and all that bull crap. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. A few of y'all might hate me for saying this. A few of y'all might not. I don't care. Sexy Red's music is low key not that. She got a few bangers, but I'm not gonna lie, her music is not that good. Like, it's not that good. For real, for real. It's not that good. It's not that good. It's low key, it's not that good. Megan Thee Stallion, despite her sexual lyrics and all that bullcrap, she can spit some bars, low key. She can spit some bars. When she ain't rapping about, you know, uh, she ain't rapping about her coochie and her butt and all that bullcrap, she can spit some bars, you know? But, and look, I don't know if y'all have heard this. Most of y'all probably have. But if y'all don't know, Sexy Red rapped over Michael Jackson's Beat It. And she is getting hate for it. And I completely understand why. She said, just eat it. If y'all know what she's talking about, if y'all are over the age of, 13, 14, you know what the frick I'm talking about. She said, just eat it. Now, y'all, I'm not going to cap. Mug was horrible, terrible, horrible, garbage, trash. That money needs to never be released. One, you disrespecting the king of pop, who is dead, who's been dead for, 16, almost 17 years? You disrespecting the king of pop for one. Not only are you disrespecting the king of pop, you talking about eating some coochie on one of his best songs, if not his best song. You talking about eating some coochie on one of his best songs. I hope to God that sample never gets cleared. And I don't think it's ever going to get cleared. Because nobody, and I repeat, nobody, not even a Michael Jackson fan wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody. I guarantee you, nobody. No freaking body. Just like Nicki Minaj. You know what? Screw that. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not even going to talk about that movie. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Like I said, Megan Thee Stallion, despite her rapping about her coochie and her, you feel what I'm saying? Despite her rapping about that, she got some bars. You feel what I'm saying? Like, like I said, I hope to God that sample never gets cleared. It most likely won't, but I hope that I hope it never. I hope that song never sees the light of day, ever, ever, ever. The freak, man.
If what she did was to become so mainstream that it was like the dominant force in hip hop music broadly, it would lose part of its power. Okay, don't say Jid. I mean, Jid is great. Obviously, love Jid's music, but
Facts. Jid got a couple bangers.
He's not like the next gen, you know. Like maybe he comes across that way because his hype has been a little bit more recent than some artists, but like. You know, Jid at this point is making mature man rap. You know. And
yeah, like Jid been rapping for like what, like he been rapping for what, like I don't know, like seven. I don't know how many years he been rapping, but or that he's been. How can I say public? How long he's been like main? Do I want to say main? Whatever. How long he's been mainstream rapping? I don't know how long he's been doing that for. Probably about what, 8, 9 years, 9, 10 years. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's next gen, but I'm not gonna say he's like with the old gen. I'm not gonna say he like the 2000s, 90s. I'm not gonna say he like that because obviously not. But like his sound isn't really like that. But he's not with the next gen either. So, but Jid goes hard. JID, JID go hard.
it's good, and I'm glad that young people like it too. What Jid is doing is not like some next generation stuff, in my opinion. Big X the Plug, I think is fine. I like his big voice. I like his presence, and it's cool that he has the ability to kind of do this like weird little rap country crossover thing in a way that few artists have been able to kind of make as commercially successful as he has. But I see him as also like a kind of one-dimensional writer as well. Plus, I think his kind of commentary on his artistry and being a rapper and the way that he's kind of like found himself in this country lane. It kind of makes it difficult for him to be somebody who defines just rap music, generally speaking.
I feel like I'm not just a hip hop artist. I'm an artist. Yeah. I want to be the best artist in the world. The only way I can do that is if I can show I can do something other than rap.
And go out to the world.
Exactly.
It's like touring Europe. It's like I gotta go visit with y'all and see what you guys have going on.
Baby Keem, I just liked his new album, and I think with him being connected to Kendrick in the way that he is, does always sort of give him a bit of an X factor and a certain kind of like potential for commercial appeal that not a lot of other artists do. Because of
Low key, Baby Keem, his new album do go hard. His new album do go hard. Is it like Cardi's? No. And they all probably gonna be like, why are you bringing up Playboy Cardi? You obsessed with Playboy Cardi fan? No, the frick I'm not. I'm just saying. Man, he dropped for 4 years. He a year behind Cardi, but, Cardi was literally trying to get the album perfected, But, I guess Baby Keem was too, but like, a lot of people aren't, hip to Cardi's music. A lot of people aren't hip to Baby Keem music, Or not hip. I don't want to say not hip because then y'all gonna try and be like, just because I don't listen to so-and-so to me, I'm not saying hip. A lot of people just don't listen to their music like that. Or they listen to 2 songs and then determine if the album is good or not. Like, bro, I said this like 8, 9 months ago when I reacted to, I don't know what video it was, but I said this like 9, 10 months ago when I reacted to some video of Fantano. I think it was the music review. I don't know. It was some video that the Neil dropped, but I said like I don't just I don't have high expectations for it. Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I'm just like, oh, they're dropping a new album, cool, you know. And two, I don't just listen to 2 songs then determine if the album is good or not. When That's the World dropped, I didn't just listen to Stargazing and Carousel and Sicko Mode and determine if the album was good or not. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't listen to what's that dude's name? I didn't listen to Mixtape Pluto and freaking listen to 1 or 2 songs then determine if the album is good or not. Dude's like, I got I mean that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If you get 2 songs into an album and you feel like it's, I mean, if you don't want to listen to it anymore, that's fine. But like, if you just like the album is trash, like how you gonna determine if an album is good or not off of 2 songs? Like, come on, bro. Dude's like, I couldn't get into a whole lot of Red. I couldn't listen to it anymore past the first 2 songs. So you determined if Whole Lot of Red was good or not by the first 2 songs. That's what you telling me. People probably did that for music too. Like, listen to at least 5 to maybe 10 songs at most before you determine if an album is good or not. Like, you gotta at least listen to half of the album. 2 songs? Oh, this album is trash. Off of 2 songs. You ain't even heard half the album yet. How do you know if the album is good or not if off of 2 songs? How do you know that? God damn, bro. I'm just hating. They all can get on me talking about some, oh, well, it's not hate, oh, well, it's constructive criticism, whatever the freak y'all be saying. Most of it is constructive criticism or whatever the freak y'all call it. But most of it is hate. Because y'all don't like the artist. That's fine. That's completely fine. But don't base if an album is good or not off of 2 songs. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all want to listen to 3 songs, and then be like, oh, this album is trash. This album is fire. Even if you determine if the album is fire, how you going to know if it's fire if you just listen to 2 songs? How you gonna know if it's good off of 2 songs? Like, come on, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all gotta stop doing that, bro. If y'all continue to do that, that's fine. I don't care. But y'all gotta listen to at least half of the album. At least half of the album. Listen to half of the album. At least half of it. Come on, bro. So I got 2 songs and it turned it off. How you know if it's good or not? The freak? Talking about the album is trash. I got 2 songs in to turn it off. The freak? You don't know if the album is good or not. The freak are you talking about? Excuse me. Damn, I lost my voice for a second.
On a track or sort of like in spirit in terms of influence. But I mean, with that being said, I do think Baby Keem, with his vocal delivery, and at least the way that he's kind of like operating right now with, his very sort of raw vocal style and his draw toward more abrasive production, he is only going to probably from here, unless he finds some way to become more commercially viable and start dropping more music, because I don't think an album every 5 years is going to cut it.
Oh my God. I was excuse me. I was literally just talking about this. Oh my God. I don't think an album every 5 years is gonna cut it. I was literally just talking about this, bro. What the freak? Bro. This man. Oh my God.
I don't foresee like a massive, sort of
I mean, Travis was, going through legal stuff. But, Travis dropped for 5 years after the Astro World. Utopia was fire. Friggin' who else ain't dropped for a long time? uh, who else ain't dropped for a long time? Did Drake not drop for? I think Drake ain't. I don't know. His last album was kind of mid, low key. I don't know if Iceman's gonna be any better. It might be, hopefully. Mixtape Pluto was good. Freak, like I said, it's like a long 8-9 months ago. So like I'm basically saying like Travis and all the other dudes that I listen to are when they came back after 4 or 5 years, their albums was good. I'm not saying that about every artist, but
ability for Baby Keem. That is unless he starts dropping more music and like cleans up his delivery and cleans up his sound at least a little bit to make it palatable for, I'm not even saying like a broader audience outside of hip hop. Like there's a lot of people who are polarized on his sound within hip hop. He's not an
right.
MC that I think appeals to everybody. He doesn't have a style. He doesn't have a sound. He doesn't have an approach to lyricism that is as broadly palatable and enjoyable as someone like a J. Cole.
Yeah, it's his own style. Like who else made their own style? I can't remember.
A lot of people take Cole quite seriously and find his writing and find his sound really appealing. And that leaves us at the very end with Doechii, who I think out of everyone here has the most potential, like broad star power potential of everybody on this list. Doechii has the ability to write pop bangers that are listenable to everybody, but when she wants to, when she needs to, she can really rap her ass off as well and tell a great story and hone in on a topic and an idea. She has the most versatility of anybody in this list and has provably made banger tracks, super appealing tracks for people that listen to all types of music at all types of levels. There is, I think, a bit of an uphill battle that she is going to have to fight in order to get to a position where she is leading hip-hop in any sort of way, because unfortunately I feel like right now she's dealing with a lot of negativity, a lot of sexism. I feel like, for one reason or another, there's a lot of people that just sort of want to see Doechii fail. I don't know why. It just seems very odd. Maybe you don't like the Anxiety song. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to like the fucking Anxiety song. But she has a lot of other songs that are much better and are very appealing and very well written and very well performed and are just very good hip-hop music. I feel like if there's anybody here who has like sort of leader potential and is actually sort of potentially set, and I'm not saying this is, just my assessment of all rappers broadly, I'm just saying strictly in terms of this list, the only person on this list who I foresee doing anything exciting in the near future that has massive potential, it's Doechii. With that being said, as you just kind of said there, SD Kid, I feel like there's interesting and really cool stuff that has me excited for the future of hip-hop coming out of the UK scene right now, but the thing is, that's not really represented outside of Central C. Provably at this point, guys like Fake Mink and SD Kid have more juice than Central C.
I've never heard of SD Kid in my life.
Sort of buzz that they're generating right now, so, who the hell's really looking at Central C to lead things?
I think I don't know.
Not most of the discourse right now happening around hip-hop in the UK at the moment. Brits are going to hate this take, but listen, it's not an anti-Brits, it's not an anti-UK hip-hop take. It's I see Central C as boring and predictable take. And it's not that Central C doesn't have commercial viability. It's not that Central C hasn't made tracks that people enjoy and care about. It's that whatever Central C has to offer, we've heard it. We've heard it. And it's had the impact that it's going to have. Central C is not going to do anything past this point that, revolutionizes the rap genre. What he does is, what we've already heard. Central C is not going to reinvent himself. He's not David Bowie. There's more potential and there's more exciting things being done by Jim Legacy and by Dave. Even the new Dave album was very good and had a lot of great stuff on it and showed a lot of growth and potential from his last album. Central C, I don't think, has the personal depth to be able to, grow in the way that Dave has over the past few years. That's my Spotify hip hop next leader tape list. I guess if I could have one of those.
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this video. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. Yeah. I kind of agree with most of everything that Fantano said. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll see y'all in the next video.